I want to know what y'all feel are the top 5 greatest matches of all time. What are the top 5 greatest matches of all time?
Well, I'm gonna start off with just my honorable mention.
All right, talk to me.
I know y'all not real WCW fans.
I am though.
I threw 2 of them in there just because.
I think that's cool.
I could have went a lot of WWE or WWF.
Now let me say this. I think it's interesting that you got WCW greatest matches of all time. 2 of them come from WCW.
No, it's not in the top 5, but it's honorable mention.
But top 10. That's ill to me. Like I respect that though.
I could have filled it up with all WWE. I would just give them a little shout out. But for one of my honorable mentions, I put the Eddie versus Rey Mysterio match. If y'all ever saw that match.
Believe it or not, I actually seen that one. I only watched WWE.
Yes. That's actually a good choice. If you're gonna pick one of them, that's a solid ass choice.
And my second one, honorable mention from WCW, is not really one match. It was more a culmination of all of their matches. The best of 7 between Booker T and Chris Benoit. I thought all of the matches.
I don't remember that.
Was fire. And my last honorable mention, I did put in my top 5 last time, but I changed it to my honorable mention. It's the women's match with Rhea versus Charlotte at last year's WrestleMania.
Okay, yeah.
I put that as one of my honorable mentions.
Okay.
But to kick it off at number 5, the first best match at the time I ever saw, because I was little, was Macho versus Steamboat at WrestleMania.
Not surprised that's up there.
That's my number 5.
That's a good match.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, that's a really good match.
That's a good choice. Yeah. Was there something specific about that match on why you picked that one, or just it was?
For that one, it was more so the storytelling. When I started picking up storylines and seeing how they were storytelling versus, you couldn't touch Elizabeth at all. You couldn't damn near look at Elizabeth when Macho was at that stage. And you bring in George the Animal Steel to the ring, and just like the athleticism from them both, I just thought at that time period, Macho was on like the top of the hill, just in my opinion. Also think he had the greatest 3-year run ever in wrestling.
I completely agree with that. Who you got? That was number 5.
Yep.
All right, what you got for 4? Oh no, it's on you, man.
Yeah. Well,
Matt say I gotta go to the lab. Hold on.
My honorable mentions. Well, one, I know you think this guy would never make one of my list, but it's actually a CM Punk match. But of course, he's fighting none other than
a CM Punk match.
One of the goats. I think that Cena versus John Cena match was one of my honorable mentions, just because of the build up and
Punk versus Cena.
Yeah. When Punk left,
you talking about Money in the Bank? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, I can't argue that.
Yeah.
That's a good match. All right, let me see my number 5 here.
Well, that was my honorable mention.
Oh, that's your honorable mention. Oh, okay. Yeah. Matt had an honorable mention. Oh shit!
I know, right? my number 5 was Angle and Benoit.
You talking about it
at the Royal Rumble?
I thought that was at SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Yeah. Okay.
I was talking about the one at the Rumble.
Okay. So my honorable mentions, I got a few honorable mentions. One of them is Sami Zayn versus Nakamura. Do y'all remember that match at NXT? It was TakeOver. I forgot which one, but I think it was TakeOver Dallas. I think. But if y'all remember, that's the match where they created the Fight Forever chant.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like the match was so lit.
That's the match that made me like Sami Zayn.
Exactly, me too. Because I always thought he was overhyped.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the hype, and I did like it. And I remember, you gotta respect that match on the strength. Like they created a new fucking chant, bro. Yeah. Like wrestling been out all these years, and in 2016 we got a new chant. That was ill to me. So my next honorable mention is Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle. King of the Ring.
No.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Shane McMahon got heart. I love Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is one of my favorite wrestlers, bro. I love that nigga, and
Hey, he ain't afraid of nothing.
I respect Shane so much, man. That he for real, that dude got heart.
He's my favorite McMahon. For real.
I can't say that. I can't say that, but I love Shane McMahon. And my last one for honorable mention is your CM Punk versus Cena. Money in the Bank 11. All right, and my number 5. Go to the actual list. This one might be a little crazy to y'all. New Japan. AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah.
Wrestle Kingdom.
If I'm being honest,
Another one. I'm WWE only, but I saw that match.
You did see that? That was one of my. That to me, that was one of the greatest matches I ever seen.
So
Kenny Omega, if I'm being honest, Kenny Omega probably got a lot of top, like 5-star matches for real.
Kenny Omega is legit. That nigga's legit.
That
Yeah.
match was dope.
What you got for 4, bro?
My number 4, I got the first triple threat TLC match with Edge, Christian, the Dudleys, and the Hardys. And that's the reason why I didn't put.
You talking about the WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the only reason why I had to take out the HBK and Razor Ramon ladder match, because of what they did in their match. Like, it was like 30 times better.
Spoiler alert! I ain't changed mine.
No, I love that match and everything. You know, HBK, everything, and Razor Ramon, one of my favorite people too. But for the TLC match, for them to be flip jumping off of everything,
I agree.
the way their chemistry was,
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy getting speared out the air, like, I thought that was dope to see for the first time. For them to collectively put all of their signatures together with the Dudleys with the tables, you know, Edge and Christian with the chairs, and Matt and Jeff with the ladders. I thought that was dope for them to sell that, and that was by far the best match at that particular WrestleMania.
I completely agree with that. That was a great
definitely.
match. What about you, homie?
Number 4, I had Brock and Eddie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
When Eddie
Yeah,
beat,
when he won the
when
title.
Eddie
Never
won the
saw that
title from
coming.
Brock, did not see
Never
it
saw
coming.
that coming.
No way I thought this dude was gonna win.
And it was, to this day, it was
And-
legit. It was like, I can
yeah.
see this.
And that was the thing too, like, you know, because Brock is this big monster, and you know, Eddie, even though he fight with this huge heart, and you know, he was like one of those little guys that you like, oh, this dude can really beat everybody,
Yeah.
and put on a hell of a show doing it. And that match was just amazing, and
I agree.
you know, and like. And Eddie was on fire then, and then, you know, and then win the title. Yeah, that was just
That
awesome.
second remake of Eddie was awesome because he really believed it. Because you know, if you know the story behind him, the first time he didn't give a fuck. He was drinking.
Yeah,
all the wild shit.
yeah.
And when they fired him and he got his shit back together, he came back just like you said. Just to describe, he came back dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing you gotta respect about Eddie too is that, like, you know, anybody could lose, right? But Brock was such a beast. If you gonna find a way to beat him, please make it believable. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do no. I love Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? Like, he one of my favorites. People get mad at the part-time status. To me, that's what made the championship great. Is when Brock showed up, it was like Roman Reigns. It's a big deal, and I appreciated that. I don't think the title should be on the line every week. It's not realistic. Like, it's stupid.
I think it just depends on what type of champion you are, but that's a different discussion.
I don't think
It depends on who's behind.
even
it.
if the champ there weekly, right? I think it should be like a situation where the title not on the line
Yeah,
because it devalues it. It's like,
But in a sense,
But-
I think it goes together with both of y'all because how you just described Brock and Roman, but flip that to how Seth was just on his title.
Yeah.
He did it. He put his title on the line every pay-per-view.
but Seth damn near died. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I get it,
he
but
almost
I mean,
died
like,
in the ring.
but like to me, it's like if that's the type of story you're building around your champion,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, like I know, like that's the big title, but like even when it's like, you know, even some of the smaller titles, like when Cena had that run at with the U.S. title,
That
when
was
he
a good
came
run.
back,
That was a
the
good
second
run.
time where he was like every week
That was a good
fighting
run.
whoever wanted to.
But you know what? It's the
know,
U.S. title.
but I
It's not the
understand-
world
I
title.
understand
And
that,
like,
but-
you don't remember the montages growing up with Bret Hart carrying logs and shit, preparing to fight Shawn Michaels for the Iron Man match, and Shane getting Vince to training. Like, they painted this picture that it took time to prepare for a heavyweight championship match. And then for y'all to say, well, let's defend it every week, every 2 weeks, that's telling me that I don't need to train no more. It ain't shit, you know what I'm saying?
I like that because you got to show some type of perseverance in the champion, just how you just said Seth Rollins died. To bring up 2 points to that, I never seen nothing like what Seth Rollins did to tear your Achilles and still to fight 3 months afterward.
That's a fact.
To WrestleMania, and then when Triple H tore his quad and still finished the match, like, you got to give them.
I think Seth had to. Like, right?
Yeah,
Seth had to, knowing that he just went against Cody, who just did that.
Yeah.
Cody tore his bone. You know what I'm saying? He shoved the bone. He still fought. And it was against Seth. So for Seth to get injured and not keep, complete the task, it's like, yo, I can't do this. The locker room gonna kill me.
But also, I don't think 90% of the guys doing that. If I'm being honest.
Oh, I agree. You remember Sin Cara stopped the match because his finger popped out of socket. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah.
It's like that same thing. Like when you look at the big time sports, it's that high level, that Kobe athlete.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm just gonna come out here and make these free throws.
Right.
On one leg. Like
You injured or you hurt.
Perfect analogy.
You injured or you hurt, and a lot of them be.
But then you got other people that's like, oh, I'm hurt, or like even just recently, how Embiid out there playing on one leg, in the playoffs, versus it's like other players are like, I'm hurt, I'm Kawhi, where he like, oh, I'm hurt, I can't even. My finger's still hurting. I'm out. So it's like I'm gonna be out for 6 months. Thank you.
Yeah. I get it.
So so I just think like it depends on the storyline behind the champion. Like I don't want every champion
I see what you're
fighting
saying.
every week.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
If you built like that as well,
like
Just the thing though,
Iron Man guy.
That's the thing, and you're right, because that's what's gonna make it look cooler for Seth that he stood out. Knowing that Brock and Roman didn't do, I get that. But now are we saying that that's the precedent for that belt? Like, is Damian Priest supposed to be that guy now every week?
They gave it to Seth first because that was going to be the working man title. If the Universal title is for the actual brand, and we're going to give them time off, I think that's why they had to split the titles back up to give this. That's like the working title, if I'm putting it in layman's term. I think that's why they did that for real. I think Damian Priest going to consistently.
But to me, that devalues it, because like now it's the same level as the IC title.
And I don't think I should look at it this way, but for real, it depends on who's behind the title. I like Damian Priest and all that, but I agree to what y'all both alluded to last week.
Yeah.
He's going to drop the title.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
soon.
he has to.
Like, you can see it.
He got no momentum.
Yeah, it all depends on who's wearing the title for me that I kind of blend with.
I kind of like the direction they're going with Damian Priest though,
Me too.
because it seemed like they understand like he ain't got no momentum. I think they're trying to make him more aggressive. I like what they doing. I don't know if they can turn it around though.
I like the addition of Carlito too.
I do. They need Carlito. They need Carlito. Carlito gangster.
But you only need that one moment. Like
that's true.
I mean, you just
That's
need
very
that,
true.
You just need that one
That's
moment.
very true.
I mean, Becky's still putting up titles off one moment.
That's a fact.
I mean,
That's a fact.
I mean, she had one moment change a nickname, and
She said she get on my
Yeah,
nerves.
they shouldn't have gave her.
She shouldn't have won just now. I agree.
They shouldn't
Yeah.
have gave her that title.
She shouldn't have won just now.
If anything, you just I hate when this the only thing that's consistently WWE always did is not capitalize off the good momentum. In my opinion, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
When they
The only time they really did that right was with Kofi and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the two I always say that they did the right way.
I agree.
Finally, Cody at the, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, and Cody, yeah.
2-3 year run.
No,
but-
the 2 years was good. It was
Yeah,
good. It was
because
good.
I expected them not to win the title.
All right, let me get into my four. My number four, bro. Let me get into this. All right, number four.
yeah, we get over.
We way out the track. Just subscribe and get the whole pod, man. The whole pod good. Number four. Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels in the ladder match. To me, that was the first great match I ever saw. The first match where they did some shit I've never seen before. Razor Ramon will always be Razor Ramon and Scott Hall. Always one of my favorite people ever. From the AO to when he was Scott Hall, he was so fire to me. And he was in WCW, so it ain't come off as dope, but I fucks with Razor. Every time I buy WWE 2K, he the first nigga I buy.
Most
You know what I'm saying?
Most swagger in wrestling history.
No doubt about it. And the fact that he was not Cuban fucked me up, bro.
That's what I said. WWE.
He's a white boy. Like Scott Hall is white.
When I-
Man, come on,
When I
man.
learned how they created this character, because he said his favorite movie was Scarface.
Yep.
He didn't want-
Yeah.
Took that mile.
Yep. It is and I'm on. I'm like, this nigga fire, man. The little Superman J. Curl, man. I'm like, this nigga fire.
I agree with you. That is the top 5 match, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Number,
took it out because of.
I understood why you took it out, but it's definitely legit.
So for my number
Number 3.
is, I'm an HBK fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Bret Hart. I realize his talent. I'm a hater to Bret Hart because he
I
was so
can't
good.
believe you
I'm
about
gonna
to say
put that
this
on here.
bullshit.
So
You about to say the Iron Man match, and that's gonna piss me off.
now number 3 is the Iron Man match with HBK.
First time I ever got my
and
heart
Bret
broke,
Hart.
man.
For real, I'm like, that match let me know how great Bret Hart was, but I'm like, Shawn Michaels was always the ultimate performer to me. The
Shawn Michaels was a
showmanship,
dickhead.
Like,
I hated Shawn
him
Michaels.
selling finishing moves, him selling a regular move. I just thought that match was dope, and it probably affected me even more because Shawn Michaels was my favorite. It was when he beat Bret Hart for the title. It was everything, and I got brothers, so they already knew who I was rocking with, and I tortured my little brother because he was a Bret Hart fan. So yep. That's one of my favorite top
First
5
and
matches.
foremost, shout out to your little brother. 'Cause if you the excellence of execution, I'm rocking with you, my guy. Secondly, like I said this before, man, that was the first time I ever got my heart broke, man. I remember when they went into overtime, I was already late. We ain't had cable. We was over my auntie house. She making, we watching the pay-per-view. My mama say, we gotta go. Ain't no more overtime. We out. So I had to drive home in the most anticipation I ever had in my life. I get to the crib, they call my auntie. Second I get in the door, Auntie Sheila, who won? I don't know, some boy named the Sexy Boy or some shit. What? He won? You sure? He holding the belt, his music playing? God damn! I just hung up on my auntie. I'm like, hey, I just banged on her. Went to bed. I'm hurt, nigga. I'm hurt. Yeah, I'll never forget it, man. That broke my heart, man.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck Shawn Michaels for a long time. It was for a long time. Like, man, fuck him, man. I don't know what he did to make me. You know what? I think it's when he came back in 2002. I'm like, okay, I can rock with Shawn Michaels again. It took me a minute to get over it, bro. What about you, man? What you got for number 3?
My number 3 was not to repeat earlier, but it was Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon.
Hey, it's a fire match.
I just remember the first time I saw it. Like we said before, I'd never seen anything like that. From it's like this is what a wrestling match is. Like these are.
Yeah.
Like this is what gets me pumped about it. Everything like that. Like you could not like these two guys and never see wrestling before your life. You still gonna be like, this was fire.
Yeah,
I don't know what this was, but this, and I mean, and that's why, that match. That's definitely my number.
I think one thing it did for me personally too is that it allowed me to see that WWF was doing something different. That was the first completely different match. That was just new. I'm like, this is crazy right here. And also the fact that Shawn Michaels didn't win, that meant something to me. I didn't see Razor winning that.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm glad that Razor won it. That was big for me.
Another reason why I like Shawn Michaels, now that I'm older and I go back and watch matches, is he was always putting a lot of dudes over too.
Yeah, he was. He was good.
In a good way.
He was really good.
Yeah, because
he was.
Younger me didn't like Shawn Michaels.
I didn't either.
Older me was a huge fan, but younger me, I was always against Shawn Michaels. And Razor was my guy. So the Razor's Edge, I just thought was the rawest finishing move.
I can't believe we finally agree on something. Right?
I thought the Razor's Edge was the rawest finishing move before the RKO.
I completely agree.
So
I never switched my favorite. It's always been the Sweet Chin Music and RKO or original Diamond Cutter. Because I always liked the finishing moves that can come from out of nowhere.
Yeah, it is something to the to the surprise aspect of it. I can't wait till we do our finishers list. That's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3 match: The Shield versus the Wyatt family.
White family.
Fire ass match.
That was an amazing match.
That was man. That was one of the best
Storyteller.
cage matches I ever seen in my life, bro. That was up there, dog. I'm like, they brought the heat, man. It was just real life. It just, the tension felt real. These niggas was selling this match, man. I loved everything about the match. The backstory behind it, it was a great payoff. Like, everything about it was legit.
And that's like another one of the matches that when you look at it, people don't match up in sizes.
Yeah.
Wrestling styles, everything. And it all just collided perfectly. Right. And it made this just amazing event.
I think another thing, too, is the surprise aspect of it. Like I said, my pick with the ladder match that Razor Ramon actually won. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see the Wyatts winning this match. Like, there's no way they gonna win. They whooped their ass. Like, it was great, man. That was a great match, man. What you got for number 2, my boy?
So my next 2 gonna be like sort of like a sagas.
Okay.
So for number 2, I put the Triple H versus Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Hold on, which one?
Well, that's why I said saga.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I
So you talking Triple H 1?
yeah,
Triple H Taker 1.
Yeah, so I think no, I put both of them in there. They just
1 and 2 as okay.
So I just think that was just the best match I ever seen. One of the best matches I ever seen.
Yeah.
From Shawn Michaels being a special referee and one of them kicking Undertaker.
That sequence is insane.
That was amazing. You on the couch like, what?
Yo, I'm sitting there like they just fucking screwed Taker. What the fuck? Yo, that was crazy, man.
For real. I honestly didn't think Shawn Michaels was going to count for Undertaker when he hit the tombstone on Triple H. I thought it was going to be some more bullshit.
I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing.
He had to count and all
But
that
I think after the super kick ain't work, he said, "Fuck it, fuck it, we can't beat this nigga, man."
Yeah, so yeah, both of them matches my number 2.
That was one of the greatest stories in wrestling history to me. He beat Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels wanted his get back so bad, he just spent the whole year fucking this nigga up, messing up his everything to get the match back. I thought that was fire. He beat him the second time. Triple H step up. Triple H can't get it done. He demand a rematch. Man, I love that story, bro. I love that story. What you got, Matt?
My number 2 is another repeat. That first TLC match
With all 3 of the teams.
Yeah,
Fire.
Fire. And I mean, and that it was like kind of what you said about the Razor Ramon Shawn Michaels match. It was something I had never seen before. Something I never even envisioned you would put this together.
I agree.
3 tag teams, tables, ladders, chairs, and then they took it up to even another level. Like, cause I mean, the stuff that they was creating, like, building stacks of tables and putting you through.
Yeah, I never saw that before.
Ladders, like
not in WWE,
and ladders in new ways configured, and stuff going across it. I mean, even the concerto. I mean, it's like all of those things. Like, I mean, like in all those different, and then for them to use all those things and then still have the wrestling match on top of it and that story to complete. It was something I had never seen it before, and it was just an amazing surprise where it just left me like, this should have been the main event. Like, this was, it had me like that.
I say this, my only problem I ever had with the matches is that they never let the Dudleys get one. And the Christian won both, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted I wanted the Dudleys to win one so bad. Them was my guys. All right, my number 2, Triple H and Taker 2. Triple H and Taker 2. That was probably for a long time my favorite WrestleMania match, man. That shit, like I said, that sequence we just talked about, just the way it had me on the edge of my seat, the way, because I was always a Triple H fan, so I remember when Triple H went head up with Brock Lesnar. I'm like, yo, y'all thinking Brock gonna kill Triple H? I have faith in Triple H. Like, I really did. I believed in the back of my mind that Triple H could fucking break this streak, bro. And the second one, I was convinced he was gonna do it. So it fucked me up that Taker beat him. I didn't see it happening. But looking back at Triple H WrestleMania record, shouldn't be surprised.
Shouldn't be surprised.
He is terrible at WrestleMania. But I didn't. At that moment, I was convinced, yo, bro was gonna win. It was bad. It was crazy.
And by the way, I'm kind of sorry that they let him end the streak for real, the way they did it.
Really?
Yeah, for real. I think
I liked it. I agree with that decision.
Oh, I hated it.
I agree with that decision.
I hated it.
I don't think they should have did it, to be honest.
Who else was gonna break it?
Nobody. That's what I'm saying.
Undertaker can't beat Brock.
No,
You said just never had a match. Because there's no way Taker gonna beat Brock.
Why not?
Because Brock was unstoppable at that time, bro.
But
he beat the shit out of Cena.
You built this 30-year persona of him being the dead man.
But, bro, who was touching Cena during Super Cena's era? He beat the shit out of Cena in SummerSlam 2012.
I know that's your guy, but I can make a compelling case. For real, I can make a compelling case.
Don't say Cena should have did it.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying I'm gonna stick with the point and saying nobody should have beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. To have a streak go that long and then him to finally lose it in that way.
I agree, because I didn't want to see it end either.
Yeah.
But when it happened,
and
I wasn't mad.
And you know what justifies my actions of saying that?
What's that?
Go back and watch the when Brock Lesnar pinned it. Just pay attention to everybody in the crowd. You got people crying. You got people looking shocked.
Which makes it that's what makes it the right decision. That's what makes it the right decision.
I still think it should have been broken.
That was the hands down.
Should have been broken,
bro. That was the best response to a match I've ever seen in my life.
I just don't think Brian should have broke it.
It was what 60-some thousand people in there, completely quiet.
Yeah, but it did
completely fucking quiet.
It did nothing for Brock.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. He is the one in 21-1.
For those 4 matches,
that was just a waste.
Which would lead me to my number 1 match of all time. I thought it was Shawn Michaels and Undertaker saga.
Ooh.
From the storyline to everything I said.
You thought Triple H and them was second?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'm probably a little biased because
I know why.
But I thought that was the more better storyline. That's why I put it over Triple H, if I'm being honest. I thought the second one, the Triple H, had the better action, but I thought as far as like the storytelling, I thought it went to Shawn Michaels and Undertaker how they sold that match, but I still don't think the Undertaker should have lost his streak though.
All right. What you got, man? Number 1.
Shawn Michaels Undertaker saga.
What? Okay, what's your reason for it?
It was the best match I've ever seen in my life. Like 1 and 2. Storylines 2.
2 is better. I agree.
I mean, like storyline wise, watching everything how it built up, the entrances. I mean, everything from the entrances all the way to the match to everything. I mean, like.
Right.
You know, I knew he fucked up when he went for that tombstone, but
yeah, you don't try to put this. Why would you try that? Why would you try that?
I knew he fucked up when he went for that tombstone.
That was a wrong turn.
I was like, you had it, man.
Right. That was a wrong turn, my boy.
You had it till you went there, but yeah. I've just never seen anything that good in my life, like wrestling match wise. Like it was just like, I mean, as a complete story put together with everything that you want. It gave me everything I needed. I got a hero, I got a villain, I got, I'm either upset or happy at the end. I got this long journey of somebody trying to get back to, okay, they weren't able to do it. Let me get back. I gotta do it. And all this type of stuff. And then just the history, like, them two been in WWE forever and had so many matches and everything. So it was that built on top of it. It was just it was a masterpiece by WWE.
Right. And even though I don't think the Taker should have lost it, it would have been a loss. I would have accepted it if it came from Triple H or HBK. I know what you said. Nobody could. I agree with that. Nobody can hang with Brock Lesnar. But for that specific match, and for that to be his last WrestleMania back to back like that, I think you should have let him walk away or let him lose to Triple H or Shawn Michaels.
I wanted Randy to finish checking off his shirt. I wanted Randy to
Yeah,
finish.
see, that's what I was gonna say that's what I meant to say when I was saying I could argue one. I was gonna say Randy Orton.
Yeah, I wanted him to finish checking
Like,
off his shirt.
I wouldn't been mad if he got that legend.
With all the legends.
Yeah, we had the Legend Killer
I
shirt.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
mad at that at
If
all.
he went,
That was the last one on there?
yeah, because Undertaker beat him. You know,
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Because he went.
But he beat Taker
went
before,
for that
right?
RKO and then he turned it.
Not at WrestleMania, but he beat Taker. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay.
went for that RKO. He turned into a chokeslam and then he lost.
That was
Yeah,
a great
but
match. That was a good match.
That was a good match too. But I was like, Randy, I
um,
wanted Randy to come back and.
As far as my number one, I could have put it like I was thinking more the Undertaker WrestleMania route because I loved Undertaker matches at Mania. I would have put CM Punk versus Taker. I would have put Bulldog versus Bret Hart.
One name was in UK.
Yeah, that was one of the best matches I've ever seen. I was thinking Owen versus Bret Hart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know.
But I
you
went-
about to go.
I went-
Stone Cold Burn.
No, I almost went even Cena versus RVD.
No.
I went emotions though. The first match I ever loved. Macho Man versus Ultimate Warrior.
Good match.
WrestleMania 7.
Good match for Macho Man.
Ah, that match was so crazy. Do you remember that match? So
I don't remember that.
So Macho Man and Elizabeth had broken up and shit, and she was in the crowd.
Oh, that's
and-
when she runs back out to him.
Yeah,
at the end. Okay,
yeah. And
okay,
Sherry, and like I was telling him before, I had this weird crush on Sherry my whole life. Like I thought Sherry was fine. Like I ain't gonna hold you. So I see Sherry on the apron, and Ultimate Warrior, she trying to distract him. Ultimate Warrior knock her off the apron, ass cheeks flapping everywhere. On the VHS side, I'm like 7, 5 or something. I'm like, yo, this is Sherry is it. Y'all tripping. Like Sherry fired. And so like
He said,
Sherry slapped the shit out of Macho Man after he lost the match. Elizabeth run to the ring and check her ass. Number one, I never seen Elizabeth get physical. Number two, I never thought that they was gonna get back together. And like I remember being like I remember I was probably like 5 years old, bro. I'm emotional, like my Macho Man and Elizabeth back together. I'm telling my mom, I'm crying while I'm telling her. She like, what nigga? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Keep in mind, I'm watching this for the first time on VHS. So it's probably 4 or 5 years old at this point. So I'm mad emotional off this old ass match, bro. This shit was so crazy, but that's the first match that took me there. I watched that VHS every day of my life for like 2 years, bro. So definitely Macho versus Warrior, WrestleMania 7.
That's a pretty good list.
Yeah, that was a fire ass match. That was a good list.